chickens have been wasting a bunch of feed. So I know there's like more green stuff that's coming in. You know, spring's coming, and so the more green stuff that comes in, yeah, I mean, it looks like it wouldn't be too much longer before I need to cut the grass. Look at that. That and warmer days comes bugs, so they are eating so much they're wasting half their food. They're not even, that's from yesterday morning. Morning, y'all. I'm out here in the garden and was just kind of surveying what I did yesterday. I was out here pulling up weeds along the beds and kind of amending the soil in the beds some. Looks like we're gonna have another beautiful day. It's supposed to get up to 76 today, y'all. Supposed to be getting some seed starting done today. We set this post in concrete. I guess you could say that's one of those lessons that we learned. Around here, you don't set posts in concrete. So here we got these rotten posts, and I kept thinking, man, I hate to just burn them, get rid of them, whatever. Surely there could be a use for these things. They were like 8-foot posts. And so you put 2 to 3 feet in the ground or something like that, or maybe they're 7-foot posts, you put a couple feet in the ground, whatever. Anyway, like I said, we did concrete on our posts and a big majority of them rotted. So we found out, we was told, you don't do concrete around your wood posts in this area because of the fact it makes them rot out faster. So there's a lesson. You end up with rotten posts that break off basically at ground level. And the concrete, I pulled pieces of it up out of, you know, chunks of it up. But you see, and this is just, these posts are not cheap. I mean, this is like a 5 or 6 inch post, this big one. It's maybe a 5-inch post. I mean, and it's pressure treated, of course, because it's fence posts. So they're not cheap, and especially not cheap now. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know, with the cost of lumber, the idea of going and buying perfectly good 4-inch posts in order to make legs for the seed table, I got to thinking about it, and with Sister's input, we decided we're gonna cut off these wood posts and make them 3-foot legs, and I'm gonna have some nice stout legs that are gonna hold up well for my seed starting seedlings table, because of the fact that they are pressure treated. And so with the wire top, and the only thing that's not pressure treated is the 2x4, but the point is the fact that those legs will be, and so they should hold up just fine because they're going to be sitting on top of the ground. So we're going to reuse those rotten posts, use them for our legs, and then that way don't have to go to the lumberyard and spend no money on wood because it's too expensive right now. And it's always better to recycle, reuse, repurpose something anyway. And dear sister is awesome at stuff like that. Me, not so much. I have to have like a book and instructions to put something together, but she can throw a bunch of pieces of junk together and actually make something. So that's where we're at on that. So I will update y'all as she goes along. 1, 2, 3 legs. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice and secure. And I really, really like the fact that we have decided upon a use for these rotten posts that are no good for fence posts anymore, but they sure work out for legs. We may have to build some kind of table or something for the carport work surface. Use those for legs.
And at this, like
yeah,
about like that.
Yeah, or yeah, that'll probably maybe just a little bit lower.
So I'm hoping to space these on these three, and then if you needed to, you could lay something across.
Oh yeah, on one of them. Yeah, that would. Yeah. I'm gonna be able to line up my seed trays. Woohoo! And we can go ahead. I've got to get some dirt today and get my trays set up and get started. Go. Got to figure out how many tomatoes, how many peppers, how many flowers. I had to come out to show y'all. Working on it. As far as my dirt for my seedlings, I love Happy Frog. I've not had a problem with Happy Frog. My plants do well with Happy Frog. It's expensive. And you see I got a couple bags sitting here plus another one. And actually we kind of mixed. We went with a cheaper soil that I've used before called Bacto. I've used this one before. It tends to hold moisture more than the Happy Frog, and that's not always a good thing. But kind of mixing them kind of works pretty good. But like I said, I love the Happy Frog. I just added the Bacto as kind of a money-saving thing. So, you know, because it's about half the cost of the Happy Frog. Thanks to dear sister and my mother, got seeds in the dirt. I already have screen on the window and on this door too. And so that's already, it's keeping out. Since sister got the door up, there's been quite a few less bugs getting in there. And mostly the bees and wasps is what I was worried about. Because the main part of it is basically just to get stuff growing and be able to get past our last freeze or two. And so, of course, those would be like next month. But I was getting like really late. I've been so delayed because of the goats, spending so much time with them. As much as I produced last year, I didn't produce as much as I want to produce. And so I need more space to do that. I don't want to plow, and I have the tarp because I didn't want to plow. Well, somebody kind of put a bug in my ear, said that tarp is not going to get rid of that coastal Bermuda by itself, that you need to kind of like try it, especially in that first year, because that coastal Bermuda is tough. So I'm going to scrape everything surface-wise off with that box blade and then get the tarp put down after I throw some compost on it, and then we're going to get it covered up. Get it fenced off and stuff to keep the critters out of it. So that's where we're at on the garden stuff, just gearing up and getting ready to grow some stuff.